Yeah.
Good morning, everybody. Morning. Need to call the meeting to order. Everybody please stand for the pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Need to silence your cell phone. Okay, Ms. Summer, you have roll call, please.
Mayor Plummer,
Here.
Commissioner Brooks.
Here.
Commissioner Fields.
Here.
Commissioner Gray.
Here.
Commissioner Galbraith.
Here.
We have a quorum and ready for the transaction of business.
Thank you. Mr. Belcher. Thank you, Mayor. Good morning, everyone. Item number 4A on your agenda, approval of minutes from a regular meeting of February the 24th, 2026. If there are no additions or corrections. Got a motion by Commissioner Brooks,
I'll second.
second by Commissioner Galbraith. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. All right. Item 5 on your agenda, consent agenda. Would anyone like, we got a new hire and then surplus and some vehicles and payment of invoices. Would anybody like to raise any of those items for further discussion? Questions? No? If not, entertain a motion. Vote. Motion by the mayor.
Second.
Second. Commissioner Fields. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. All right. 6A on your agenda. A and B, these are gonna go together. And thanks to Marissa, we've revived this project. Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize. I got ahead of myself. The item A on the agenda is the second batch of the operating SOPs for the fire department. And again, we've gone through, it was about 40, 70 or so.
Yeah, total now. About 30 the first time, probably 35 this time. Just updating them from over 20 years of them just being stagnant.
There was some that was new and several that was updated, some that was, again, no change. So if you have any questions or further comments about that, we can discuss. If not, I would entertain a motion for item 6A. Motion by Commissioner Brooks, second.
I'll second.
Second by Commissioner Galbraith. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. All right. Sorry, B and C, those two together. Again, I was getting ready to say, thanks to Marissa, we revived this project yet once again. Involves a transportation project with safe routes to schools. It's involving sidewalks in front of Bourbon Heights, essentially. That's the only section that the state came through to revitalize. That section, as you all know, hasn't had sidewalks. So again, after further discussion, transportation cabinet and the architect did some redesign work. The cabinet did a supplemental and sent that over for us to approve so the project could go forward. And then C again is related to that for the additional design work that GRW has incurred. So Marissa, is there any other kind of discussion? I know Greg with GRW, essentially the design, as I said, involves along the Lexington Road there, and then essentially wraps around and encompasses.
Yeah, hang
uh,
right,
stays
right on
to,
Toadville Road.
yeah, and it will stop short, essentially Burton Heights property, county property there, so it will stop there.
Has Bourbon Heights been notified that this is gonna take place?
We haven't spoken directly with them, but I know there has been communications throughout the, term of this, and this goes back several years, so, we will get in contact with them.
15 years.
15, okay, I didn't realize it was that long, but there was several iterations because the program changed over the years from safe routes to rails to trails, and then Mike did a lot of work as well, trying to just try to chase it down. And so, anyway, it is back on track. It's an active project, and with the passing of the supplemental, we'll move forward. So,
One thing, the new executive directors, they've been there about 3 years or something, so he'll be clueless of what's going on.
we'll reach out to them.
Okay,
Him.
Tommy
Sure
Davis.
that they're- Yeah,
Tommy
okay, yeah. Yeah, we'll reach out to them and just let them know. Hopefully, again, be supportive. I know we've, in Burke County Schools, the mayor had mentioned it. Again, that section is the only section down through there that has, it's not a continuous sidewalk. So it'll be good for that area. So item 6B. Any other discussion or questions? If not, I'll entertain a motion. Motion by the mayor, second.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Fields. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. And then 6C, of course, as I said, this is related to the GRW, the architectural services for that project. Motion by Commissioner Brooks. Do we have a second? Second. Second by the mayor. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Okay. All right, item 6D on your agenda. Chief,
Yes.
just making sure, I didn't see you. Make sure you were here. We've, this is a order, hiring, Chief Mark Burton as our chief, full-time chief. Mark has been serving as our interim for a couple months. And has done a stellar job. He's, done a good job, hit the ground running, working with the department, during this transition. We went through interview process, Tim, the mayor, our circuit clerk, and our judge, as well as Ms. Whedon, was on that panel and had very good discussion and several comments related to Chief Burton in terms of his work so far, and has been doing a good job. The top candidate by far. So, if there's no further discussion, entertain a motion to hire Chief Mark Burton.
Be proud to make that motion.
Motion by Commissioner Gray, second by the mayor. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you.
Welcome aboard.
Welcome.
Chief. You set your speeches, Brad. And we'll get a picture
Short
of
and sweet.
with the mayor and the commission, so. Thank you for everything so far, and got a lot of work to do. All right. Item 6E on your agenda, request to purchase 4 police vehicles and the upfitting. These were bid. Department received 0 bids. I think Chief and your staff talked to several vendors and quotes came back following that. And so this is to purchase 4 Tahoes and the upfitting thereof. We're also surplusing, it's on here, 6 vehicles. So we are rotating our fleet and making sure that we have.
We did do an extensive search for the actual current fleet, the Rangos. We thought we had 2 that were in line for us to pick up in Somerset. By the time we got down there to lock it in, they'd already sold those. The problem is now is finding Durangos or anything similar. We looked at transferring to Ford Explorers, and Frankfurt sells those. He said he couldn't even give us a bid because he didn't know when the next time they're going to manufacture them for us to get any vehicles. And the only one we could really find at this point was Bachman's. He had an inventory where he was going to sell to some other agencies, and they didn't purchase them. So what he has is what he has on the lot itself. So we don't have to wait for them, they're there. So that's kind of what the situation is. I was looking also at cars, because sometimes you get cars a little cheaper. They're not producing, no one's producing cars right now, like Ford, Chevrolet, there's nothing out there indicating that they're even going to produce cars in the future. You had a lot of Dodge Chargers down here. Dodge doesn't produce those anymore for the police package, so just a little transition. We're looking at smaller SUVs to the bigger SUVs as inventory, because that's what law enforcement's going to.
Very good. This was budgeted, of course, and came in under that, so.
I just have go ahead. I have a comment.
Yeah, oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was glad to see RidgeNet was involved in the upkeep of the vehicle and changing on, all the items out, because we've never been on this for a number of years, on and off, but we never had RidgeNet ever bid anything. It was always somebody out of Lawrenceburg. But we could never, nobody else would bid it.
Well, we went out and searched for bids, and
Thank you.
we wanted to go with the most efficient and cost effective.
Yeah.
And that was one of the reasons. And we're going to them, we're saving several thousands of dollars.
Yeah. Okay.
The LW did want to rebid it, but we decided that, and I think they did, it's still a little higher, but we decided that this may be a new vendor for us.
Glad we had an option. Thank you.
Thank you. Do you need a motion? You have a motion? But I think Commissioner Brooks hadn't made the motion prior to, but go ahead. Second? Second by Commissioner Gray. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Okay. Item 6F on your agenda. Yes, sir.
We're not fixing to check that.
Brad?
No, I know.
We all had that in staff meeting.
You hired me, the day you hired me, I'm asking for money.
First motion. Item 6F on your agenda, we have a request for some designated government parking. USDA may or may not know, is now located, I call the old Kentucky Bank building. Have the exact address in front of you. It's on the corner there, Courthouse Square, and they requested for their staff and the clients some designated parking there in front of that building on the Courthouse Square side. So I think there's a map in there you should have. There's designated government parking all around the Courthouse Square, of course, for county judge and the courts and sheriff's department. So
That's a problem, because your average person, if they have business in the courthouse or wherever, they can't find a place to park.
I agree.
And every time we designate spaces, they're saying, well, where can I park?
We, when I say we, Mike Smith and I looked at that, and we are working on a plan, realignment plan for downtown that we hope to gain several additional public parking spaces. Again, we're working on that. So yeah, I mean, it continues to be a problem. From history serves, I think those spaces were designated in Kentucky Bank prior, many years ago. But anyway, there is precedent, and there was precedent from, I don't know, Wallace, you.
Not on the courthouse side now. This is a spots there on the other side where that, the concrete, that's
Okay.
what gets it out of
Yeah,
there. But there's never been anything on it.
Okay.
Not since I was.
There is a handicap space right there on the corner. We do need to paint that. I forgot to mention, we probably need to mark that. Yeah.
And I think the people who purchased the old memorial building will probably come to us soon and ask for spaces for their business. I don't know what business they're gonna put in there, but I've met the couple, and he said, I need to talk to the city about designating some spaces for my business.
Yeah, I know it could get out of hand. I do realize this, and this will, again, it's government. There's precedent around the courthouse. So again, the request came related to, that function. I think we probably do need to, have some guidelines in terms of what, and why, how those requests should be made to the city in terms of designated parking. I also talked to Jenna with the farmer's market. I know their parking lot is an issue. She had approached us about putting some signage for just during market season, designated parking in their lot, not on street or off street, public parking, but essentially it is public parking. So they were looking at just designated hours during market season. So we're looking at that. And then I think there was some requests for an upstairs residential that had requested, again, just during the night. So we're working on trying to figure out a plan for that. So in my mind, having parking problems downtown is a good thing. So
We've always had that problem.
I think that's great. I think that's a good thing. So we are working on a plan in terms of trying to gain several additional public parking places. But, this request came to us, and again, it's government activity and related, so it's your pleasure. It's
Can I ask a couple questions to clarify? They want signage?
yes.
Do they want us, the city, to pay for the signs? And do they
We
expect,
do that for the county.
do they expect us to patrol it and police this? Literally police it.
Physically into that. I mean, it's
So
just,
that's a whole different issue there.
I would say what we do for sheriff and county judge. What, do we police that? Chief?
I don't, so that parking is on the High Street side of the courthouse. The sheriff is in this lot.
There's 19 spaces.
Right.
They go all
And I
the way.
think one or two of those are for the sheriff. But the other county folks, that comes off High Street. I don't know.
I don't think it'd be a city street, it should be enforceable. Would you agree with that? or-
Yeah, I don't think we need to get into policing private parking, is what I was trying to help.
Oh, yeah, I agree with you there.
Yeah, because then you're gonna get called, come move these people.
It's an off-street parking, it's just not, it's our replacement.
Yes.
No, yeah, but I'm talking on the backside of the courthouse.
That's how,
I don't know if that's,
that's the county.
Yeah.
That's a county. Are you talking about-
Speaking of the sheriff's department, it's always been a problem with sheriff, who enforces the sheriff's.
I'm just trying to avoid our police department getting a phone call at 11:30 right before lunch from them saying you need to come here and tow this car.
11:30 in the day?
Yes.
Or, well, I can have a conversation with them, and I'll be glad to, if it's the pleasure of the commission to designate these places. If not, then we say that I'm gonna do it, but, I'll be happy to have a conversation with them and express your concern. The chief, or however we can have a conversation with them together. In my mind, it's enforceable with, it's the same way that the other government parking has been historically. So,
Well, that
either by the agency, the sheriff the sheriff
private
or
parking on
the
the Fourth
county.
Street side, right? There's some parking on the Fourth Street side for that building? I'm facing the,
They have upstairs residential.
oh, do they? Is that
Those
what that's for?
residents are parking in those
Okay, that's
spaces.
for residents on that. Okay.
That-
Side.
Yeah, that were designated as. So,
How many spaces do we have in the city parking lot, Mike, right across the street there?
Fourth Street?
Yeah. Approximately.
Give it when all is no.
No, that's fine.
I think there's 14, no.
just know in that parking lot that there's some parking that is up the side of the building that Candy and Brian and them
Both sides.
Yeah.
And could you designate those up through there or something? I mean, people are gonna have to walk.
Sure,
Yeah,
I'd
okay.
be glad to ask. The request came to us, for their employees and to be in close proximity to the business, or to the government agency. Yeah, I think that was one of the, the city, put in a bid to house this government agency. And I think that was one of the requests.
So here's what's gonna be a little different, is we've got timed parking limits. And for years, this body's been dealt with a business owner on Main Street, not a specific one, but every town deals with this. Employees park right in front of the door. And so then it doesn't turn over, and then our police department gonna write them a ticket for the 2-hour, 4-hour violation. So this would create an exception to the timing, because if employees are parking there, they're gonna be there all day.
Sure. Yeah. So I would say, so the sheriff's department and the county judge offices
So
on the street.
there's like parking behind the courthouse.
Mhm.
The diagonal
There's-
on Artery, I think there's only a couple for the sheriff.
I think there's
Pretty
3
far
or
down.
4.
Three, yeah.
Yeah.
Give or take.
But the others are like I think that's courthouse property that comes off of High Street, not on Artery Place.
What's the pleasure of the commission?
How many spots are they asking for?
4. 3 for employees and 1 for the clients.
Can we wait until you and Mike Smith get together and look at the overall parking situation downtown?
Absolutely.
Let's do that, because I agree with what Sharon says. It's a nightmare sometimes trying to get in around the courthouse, particularly on days when they've got court and everything else going on over there. It's a nightmare. And then you gotta think about our older population that's coming up to get things done at the courthouse or have to go over to court.
Yep.
So I agree, if we could delay it, let's try to delay it and give it a little more thought.
Okay. We'll just pass over. Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine. I'll be glad to
Fine.
get more information. Mike and I begin working on plans, so we'll may or may not bring this back to you. All right. All right, item 6G on your agenda.
So this deals with,
Brian?
you gonna take it?
Sorry.
So this deals with the Fords Mill Road lift station project. The line is being expanded through 3 or 4 properties. There's been discussion with 3 of those landowners about an easement. Those are, I think, would be done this week. We have one piece of property that is difficult to pin down. From everybody who I've talked to or other people have talked to, I don't think there's been a structure on this piece of property for at least 50 years. There's some uncertainty as to who actually owns it. Half of it's in the creek. So the city's gonna need, I'm gonna guess ballpark, I haven't seen the latest drawings, but probably roughly 1,000 square feet. It might not even be that much. Basically, a small portion of the line will be there, but then there's gonna be a manhole there. So we kind of need to get moving on this. Unfortunately, I don't think anybody's comfortable with trying to find an unknown person to try to sign an easement. I think the easiest way to accomplish this, they can get it done with some sense of security and comfort, is to file suit here against the unknown owners of this unaddressed piece of property on Georgetown Road between 610 and the creek. But if you're going out of town, it's just across the bridge, if not half under the bridge on the right side. So I just need your all's permission to file an eminent domain action for a utility easement at this unaddressed piece of property on Georgetown Road.
So moved.
Got a motion by Commissioner Fields, second by Commissioner Brooks. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Brian. We had 2 or 3 other easements, I think, that, once that's,
Right, just waiting on the final
Process.
drawings and we should be good to go with those hopefully this week.
deal, and that'll allow us to move forward and, get that project out to bid. So I think, we're, early March, so I think that's where we said that we're going to bid it, so, move forward. All right, reports, Item 7, outside agencies. Betty Ann? Let's see Michelle. Step on up. Welcome.
Several things this morning. If you all went to the Paris 3 commemorative event, it was quite successful and very, very emotional and educational. I contacted all the news channels, but Channel 18 did come, and they did a lot of coverage on it. And when I was at the regional tourism meeting last week, I was reporting on it. And that's 17, 18 counties, and lots of them had seen the coverage. So we got a lot of excellent press from that. Tomorrow at 4 o'clock at the Legion building at Legion Park is going to be another America 250 meeting, which more than likely might be the last because we've already got things listed and people know to send me the information when they're doing something. With that said, we had to take the flags down off Main Street because they were getting torn up, basically, because they were wrapping around the poles and getting hung on the light fixtures and ripping. And Mike and I worked together. He bought some kind of brackets and they're working beautifully because maybe 1 or 2 might be hung up, but the rest of them, they're perfect. So I bought 100 flags. Hopefully those will last for a while. If not, we'll order
You look great.
some more. And they do look really, we have a new bed and breakfast in town. It is behind Dr. Keating's chiropractic office on Main Street. I believe it will sleep 10 people, has a pool, very, very, very nice. And he has it decorated perfectly. So he has opened. I have run 2 ads for the next week's newspaper, one about the disc golf event and opening, and the other one about Art Walk. Bluegrass Federal is again sponsoring us. Just put a word in for them. They're such good community partners with all kinds of things that go on. Also working with Mike. Matt, you weren't here, but last year we decided, our tourism commission, we decided to do a love lock gate, which in Paris, France, they have the bridge that has the locks on it. So we decided to do something on a smaller scale, of course. And we've decided to call it the Love Lock Gate. And it's going to go in the Eiffel Tower parking lot, where the umbrella tables are, blocking off the trash cans. So Jason Brown came yesterday. We're getting the signage put on it. And hopefully, if weather holds, we'll be able to have it ready for Art Walk. And that'll be something else people can do during Art Walk. So that's something new, good one. Let's see. I actually think that's about it. I don't know if if anybody went to the Chamber of Commerce, Allison's not here, but the, Best of Bourbon County Awards was very, very successful. There were 230 people there. So, looking next year, they're already like, where's a bigger place? Of course, there's not too many, so, that was quite successful, and she's not here today because she's with Leadership Bourbon County.
Yeah, I spoke to her yesterday. We miss her, but that's good, that program's.
So, and I think some of you all are speaking to them today. Stephanie, I don't know if somebody else is or not, but it's Small Business Day. So, thank you.
Good deal.
Did you get one of
Thanks,
these?
Betty Ann.
Did I, what is that?
Schedule of events?
No,
Okay.
I get one. Okay. I get one.
Thank you, Betty Ann.
Thank you.
Appreciate everything you do.
Thank you.
Vanessa, did you have anything?
Not today.
Nothing today? Okay. So I'd ask. All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. City staff, any comments, questions, city staff?
I'll just point out that if you look out the window behind me, you'll see the new cooling tower. It's set up different than the old one. They'll be working, open all the pipe fittings and all that this week and next week, so we're very close to getting it completed. And on the parking, I'm just gonna throw this out there, there was a parking lot for sale at the corner of Third and Stone, or Pleasant and Stone. If that's something that we want to look at, it used to be part of the, I believe, Wallace used to be part of the parking lot. In my mind, I think the judicial center would be great for them, they can put all their people that come from the board and stuff, they can park out there and stuff. But there's options to help with traffic down to Main Street.
Yeah, I was gonna mention that to Trina and the court, so it's probably a good opportunity for them. And I will add, we are working with their downtown plan, Stephanie and Angelica, looking at designating, names, renaming the parking lots, and again, this is part of the overall plan and scope, so. We'll take a look at that and we'll bring it back.
We will have a Garrett Morgan parking lot. So we're working on that one.
And it
We'll
helps.
get stoplight, so.
And it helps for, public works and identification and that sort of thing.
We know where they're at, so.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Oh, I do have something now.
Yes, ma'am.
Do we still have the storyboards for Garrett Morgan?
They should be at the Legion Hall, but I'll check with Judy to make sure we've still got it.
Okay, and we do have a stoplight, the original stoplight that the West Side had made for Garrett Morgan, the 100-year anniversary, and that should be over there. So that's something that you could,
Yeah, we talked about that.
We can get
Talked
that.
about that, so that's great.
We can do that faster then.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Good deal. Any other comments, city staff? Chief? Nothing? Go. All right. All right. I don't necessarily have anything to, for a couple handouts, as Commissioner Fields pointed out, and then some events coming up, and then spring cleanup. Mike, you want to talk about that? Yeah, I know we said that last meeting, but
Yeah, it'll be the month of April and.
remind people.
Everybody's on board, everybody's on board, everybody's good.
As I said earlier, we're set to go to bid on the Fords Mill project, so we're moving forward on that. The pedestrian bridge was delivered, last week, so they're moving forward on that. Again, that's kind of ground zero, everything with their sewer, project, pedestrian bridge, that area, so a lot of activity there, so would ask folks to be, mindful of construction in that area, for traffic and that sort of thing, so. That's all I had, Mayor. Do you have anything? Commissioner? Seals?
I'm gonna reignite the stoplight at Ford's Mill, Cypress bypass. I know y'all had someone observe that. I've seen a really close
Near crash out there the other day involving a tractor trailer and the car pulling out in front of it.
I actually emailed Mr. Baker the other day, and I haven't heard nothing back yet, but I haven't heard nothing. So, no, it's back yet.
It's just,
So when we drove him around, or I guess Gordon drove him around, Mike, that was one of the things that, okay. We'll give him a call.
I'm afraid we're gonna lose a soul out there, I swear. It's just-
Okay.
Again, I wanna reiterate, you can get a green turn light to turn into Walgreens, but we can't do the same thing quarter mile away for residents, you know, it's a
Right.
very heavily traveled shopping center, you got the fire department there, and, it's just, I just watch people near miss all the time. People just happen to pull out in front of other people, because you either get a red light or a flashing yellow arrow. That's all you get to turn there, so dangerous. That's all I have.
Thank you.
I was gonna ask Chad. Chad, how close are we with the upgrades to the water plant over there with Judy Construction?
We've got one high service pump in, we've got two other low service pumps that we're still waiting on, they were actually supposed to be here last month.
Last month?
We've got one other high service pump waiting to be put in, it's there. We were giving the first high service pump a little trial time before we dove into replacing the second one. That is our backup, so basically Judy at this point is ready to put the number 2 high service pump in. We've got a little bit of work that's unrelated to the pumping system. We've got some sluice gates that are going in our sediment basin. And as soon as the water comes off of us, we're gonna drain that basin and let those guys do that work. It'll be down for about a week. We're still a ways out though. We're not gonna meet that deadline that we anticipated.
Well, are we still supplying Millersburg with water? We are, aren't we?
As a,
Right at this time, I have my crew out on Millersburg Road, with American Water, and they're doing the cutoff as we speak. So, starting tomorrow, there's gonna be a 2-week trial period for American Water to do all the pressure testing of the new main. If it passes, then we're gonna pull the meter and be done there.
We still have some metering pumps that are going in, waiting on those.
Okay.
I'll know more Thursday morning, we have a meeting. Update.
I think the water to Millersburg was 2014, I think. It was either 14 or 16, somewhere in that area. So sometimes good things just take a long time. Thanks.
timely questions, so that's good. That's good. Any other questions? Madam Clerk, do you have anything?
Michael Sparks had asked on the tethered flags, if you could save those for him. He's upstairs with Disabled American Veterans. They're doing a flag day at the high school, and they're gonna show people how to tether them and dispose of them properly. So anyone, even in the public, so we may make a social media post on that. He's asking that we keep all tethered flags for his flag day.
Thank you.
We have a lot.
Good. That's great. All right. If there's nothing further to come before the commission, I would entertain a motion to adjourn. Motion by Commissioner Brooks.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Galvin. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We are adjourned. Thank you all.
Thank you all.
Was it?